Hey, it's Adil with Fresh Mark Scents with another fresh review. Today I'll be doing a Valentine's Day special. That means scents for intimate situations, gaining attention if somebody's passing by, and night scents for overnight and if your intimate situation with your loved one. So I'm going to get straight into it. There's 4 sections. Smooth perfumes to give a more relaxed aura. We got gourmand perfumes for something a little bit more playful. We got fruity and smooth wood perfumes for something mass appealing at first and more sensual and mature later. And then we have the spicy woody perfumes, which gain a sense of intrigue with the mysterious spicy notes, yet have a warming and familiar festive characteristic about them, which always brings about good vibes and a sense of comfort. Starting us off in the smooth section is Givechy Gentleman Boise. I chose this for its powdery iris note, its creamy sandalwood and cacao vanilla blend, which makes it very relaxing, slightly gourmand, mature, not overly sweet, but seductively smooth. A very smooth blend that would suit ages from, I'd say, 22 upwards. So no problem wearing it. It's very wearable and I'd say suitable for night. Next is Bad Boy by Carolina Herrera. This is another cacao scent. I think that cacao has a very smooth and relaxing vibe. Relaxing because it reminds people of Choco and other memories where they sort of go to bed and have a more dreamy or relaxed night. So this isn't something that would be good for a big atmosphere, like big ciliage or anything like that. Like if you were at a party or something, you wouldn't sort of cut through the atmosphere with this, but it's a very good intimate scent, and going to bed with this you would last the whole night, well actually for about 5 hours with good projection. So this is a very good dinner date scent, and I'd say the smooth nature of this makes a very good late night scent, which means you can go to bed with it and it would last for 5 hours, and that's good enough. So Bad Boy by Carolina Herrera finishes the smooth section. Moving on to the gourmand scents, Stronger With You Eau de Toilette. This is a mature nut, walnut, amberwood, pineapple, sage, melon melange, which is sweet and resembles an oat baked cookie. Oat baked cookie in that it's not overly sweet, yet it has a syrupy, caramel, nutty and vanilla cognac wood quality. I really like the creaminess of the cognac wood in this composition. It gives it a warmth with the vanilla and nut, which is unique, mature and memorable. So Stronger With You Eau de Toilette, a great choice for the gourmand. Next in the gourmand we go a little bit sweeter, straight into the caramel, but Pure Excess by Paco Rabanne doesn't actually have a designated caramel note, but it creates a complex, a more complex and long-lasting caramel and whiskey note, which is seductive for people who maybe enjoy the whiskey scent or something a little bit richer. It brings a richness and warmth, a depth to the scent, and it's a very long-lasting scent. This is not to be turned away for the eau de toilette concentration, because it's a very long-lasting scent and it has a mature caramel and whiskey note. So don't turn away. Pure Excess. And the next one is a little bit more pricey. Mancera Choco Violet. I'd say this is a casual daytime scent, but it's almost smart casual because it has a creamy violet and dark chocolate and hazelnut with mandarin mix. Very few notes, but it's done very well. You can always smell a little bit of the mandarin, but mainly the chocolate and creamy violet. The creamy violet almost resembles milk, so you almost get a chocolate cereal vibe. I said Cocoa Pops before, but it's a lot more complex than that. And I really like how the violet is so creamy, yet the chocolate stays in a Choco musk way, which is not cheap, resembling the cheaper chocolate perfumes on the market. So this is a high quality, creamy chocolate scent for the daytime. If you want something a little bit more playful, yet memorable, that will get you noticed for all the right reasons. Most people wouldn't really pick out the chocolate note, but they would get a pleasant creaminess. So on to the spicy woody section. Sauvage Eau de Parfum. Now this has a spicy frankincense note with the original bergamot from the Eau de Toilette, sparkling bergamot, which gives a refreshing citrus note. I would say that this is good for office, but it's also good if you want a lasting impression, for something long lasting, great ciliage, and a very interesting Sichuan pepper and frankincense combination that mixes the spicy with the sweet, so you'd stay fresh and a little bit mysteriously alluring at the same time. Alluring in the way that it would be an unusual note, and people would come close to you to really sense what is that perfume that you're wearing, but is still recognizable as Sauvage. A little bit different from the Eau de Toilette, but noticeably different. Moving on to Dolce Gabbana K Eau de Parfum. I said that this was my number one in 2020. Actually I'd say it's my number one in 2020, because it's a great spicy cardamom, blood orange, and Nagamotha wood combination, which gives it a I'm going to say unique spiciness as well, but the cardamom mixed with blood orange mixes the more common warming spices that you would get from aromatic green compositions, but it mixes it with orange blood orange to really give it some depth with the fig and Nagamotha. Fig gives it a more resinous sweetness, which really works well with the ebony dark wood Nagamotha. So I would find this spicy or warm in a memorable and reminiscent way of home cooking, like cardamom and blood orange with the spice of Nagamotha wood reminds people of more festive seasons like Christmas. So it's a very warming and memorable scent. So K Eau de Parfum, memorable, warming, unusually sweet, and something great for Valentine's Day. Now, what selection would be complete without Versace Eros? This comes under the fruity and creamy wood section. It's very fruity with a juicy green apple note, Sicilian lemon, very nice Madagascan vanilla. You got the cedarwood, the sandalwood, Atlantic cedar, very high quality ingredients, and it shows because it lasts. I would say it doesn't last as long as some of the eau de parfum nowadays, but it would last 5 hours and project for 3 hours easily, 3 or 4 hours easily. It's a very long-lasting scent for eau de toilette. The eau de parfum doesn't necessarily last much longer, but it does last longer. And I'd still say this is the best bang for your buck, because you should get a 200 ml and it will never fail you for party situations where you sort of get a whiff of somebody as they're walking by to create their attention. And it's a very smooth, seductive scent because it mixes the vanilla and the woods in a very memorable and classic way. Modern classic, Versace Eros Eau de Toilette. And finally, to a more modern classic, Herrera Boise. Now, this is a fruity, woody with patchouli note and a deep but not too animalic leather, a very mass appealing leather note. So going into this, if I was to tell you the top notes that I'd get from my skin, it would be a blackberry note that comes to the foreground, mixed with these fruity tones, and a leather tone. You get the patchouli wood as a standalone wood that really forms the backbone of this scent, and we get the fruity notes over here, the more animalic leather, and the patchouli just rises straight through from top to bottom. It starts off quite faint and then it gets deep, but not so deep as to take away from the wood and the creamy vanilla and sandalwood. It's a great composition, very masculine, and that is why I put this on the list for Valentine's Day, because it's a very masculine daytime scent, but it's not too, it has a wow factor that can carry it into the night. Now, many nighttime perfumes are not so fruity and bright, but the depth of the fruit and the blackberry, the juiciness of the blackberry, that does really, it really does melt down over time when you wear it. Not into like a caramel, it doesn't sort of melt down like it caramelizes over time, but it does blend very well with the vanilla and the sandalwood to become more subdued and become more about the woods, the leather, and more of a slight fruity note that would make it not too bright for the evening. So I'd say that it's great for daytime and it can transition into the night. So that rounds up the Valentine's Day special for intimate scents, scents that get you attention, smooth scents that relax you, and things that are a little bit more playful. You can ask me any question about these because I've worn these many times over and I'd heavily recommend them. My personal favorites, I'd say Versace Eros, for great memories I've had wearing it, and I'd say Stronger With You is the most versatile scent, and I'd say it's a great mixer scent if you want to start with something classic and add something different. Like, I don't know, I could mix two from any one. I can mix the caramel with this. It could be a bit cloying, but they're all good bases really. So take care guys and enjoy yourselves. You can mix these up as you like, but I'd say I didn't even rate them from 1 to 10 because that's for you guys to make some memories and say which one is number one for you. So whichever one works. So take care guys, have fun and stay fresh.